Moving to the countryside made us feel more connected to nature and food itself. Since our daughter was born, we've started to take better care of what we eat. We realized how disconnected we were when we lived in a big city like Osaka. It's easy to forget where your food comes from when you're surrounded by convenience. In this video, I'd like to share what we've learned about food in Japan, the good and the bad, especially if you're someone who wants to live more naturally in Japan. The dark side of Japanese food, my honest opinion. Let's talk about the less talked about side of food in Japan. Artificial additives and pesticides. Japan still allows many food additives that have already been banned in Europe. For example, artificial colorings, which have been reported to cause health problems, are still commonly used. The government says it's safe if it meets the criteria. But honestly, what's the criteria? If you care about your health, you may want to avoid them as much as possible.
Let's see. There's a caramel coloring, right? Boom.
Caramel coloring?
Yeah.
No way,
I
really?
told you, these like a frozen hamburger thing. Definitely.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know.
All of these?
I think so.
The bigger issue, though, is pesticides, especially neonicotinoids. These are infamous worldwide because they harm not just pests, but also essential pollinators like honeybees. The EU banned them in 2018, but Japan still uses these substances. So, if you're shopping for vegetables here, you need to be mindful of the residual pesticides. Japan tends to allow higher MRLs for certain chemicals compared to the EU. MRLs are the maximum amount of pesticide residue that is legally allowed to remain on food when it reaches consumers. As an example, rice, which is a huge crop in Japan, uses the pesticide glyphosate. The limit in the EU is 0.05 ppm for the usage of glyphosate. In contrast, in Japan, it's double at 0.1 ppm. Sometimes you can't find the items that you want. You always have the option of asking a clerk for help, but of course, that takes a little bit of Japanese, which makes this a good time to thank today's sponsor, italki. Your shopping experience in Japan will go a lot more smoothly if you have some knowledge of Japanese. The most invaluable tool I have found for living in Japan is the language learning platform, italki. Speaking with a native teacher helps improve your listening and speaking skills through real conversations. Whether you're planning to move to Japan, visit, or you just want to learn Japanese for fun, italki makes it easy for you to connect with native Japanese teachers, like my teacher Mayuna. Expert teachers like Mayuna provide real-time feedback, correct your pronunciation and grammar, and guide you through natural expressions. すみません。ホレンゾありますか？
はい、ございます。あちらの生鮮食品のコーナーにございます。
ありがとう。すみません。雪栽培のホレンゾありますか？
はい、ございます。同じコーナーの上の棚にあります。こちらです。
あって驚きました。
うん。Very good.
Okay.
そうですね。
Oh my god. I love that there's no subscription. It's affordable, flexible, and completely pay as you go. Just search for a teacher you like and book lessons whenever you want. I can personalize my lessons in advance, book a session, and practice exactly what I need. But italki isn't just for learning Japanese. It connects you with thousands of teachers worldwide, teaching hundreds of languages. With over 30,000 teachers worldwide, you can learn anytime, anywhere. Click on the link in the description below and use the promo code DIYJAPAN to get a $5 free credit when you purchase $10 towards your first lesson. But hurry, this offer is available only to the first 50 users. Organic and natural foods in Japan are harder to find. Compared to Europe or other countries, organic and natural products are still not so common in Japan. You rarely hear terms like grass-fed beef, hormone-free, or free-range eggs in regular supermarkets. Japan could definitely benefit from stronger food regulations, as well as an increase in organic food.
If you're planning to live in Japan, here are some important things to watch out for. Be cautious with imported meat. Japanese food safety regulations are generally less strict than Europe's. And when it comes to imported meat, labeling is often unclear, making it difficult to know the quality. Many contain a toxic preservative called nitrate to keep the pink color. I've checked many stores and it's nearly impossible to find processed meat without it. Be mindful of GMO products. Japan does not produce GMO crops domestically, but it does import them, and labeling is not required. That means you could be eating genetically modified food without even knowing it. Organic products are very rare in regular supermarkets, so you will need to figure out where to buy them locally. Convenience isn't always good. Yes, Japan is famous for its amazing convenience stores, but convenience always comes at the cost. Many cheap baked goods like sweet bread still contain shortening, which is harmful and addictive. It's cheap and tasty, but not good for your health. Cooking at home is the best choice. Home cooking gives you full control over your ingredients and a portion size. It also reduces waste and helps you save money.
You can talk about poo-poo, baby.
Eating, baby. Remember, we don't talk about people at the table.
It's good? Yeah?
Let's go.
Of course, you'll need to find a trustworthy grocery store. The types of stores vary by region, so it's important to explore. Co-op or Coop, or as some people say, Coop, they offer their own line of organic and additive-free products, great for families looking for safer options. Life Supermarkets. They have started offering their own brand called Viral, which has many organic options. This is a very good choice when you're trying to shop for more natural products.
Finding organic and local products in Japan. It's really important to know who is making your food and how it's made. Food is a business, sure, but for us, food is life. We were so happy to find a store that offers organic, local, and delicious products. Even though it takes us 40 minutes to get there, it's worth every trip. If you live far from stores like this, here are other ways to access organic food. Michi no eki. Local farmers markets you can find in the countryside. They often have fresh and seasonal products. Online delivery services. Online grocery delivery is growing in Japan. Here are 3 popular services. DIYJAPAN. They focus on soil health and sustainable farming. Their veggies subscription box can be delivered nationwide. Radish Boya offers seasonal vegetables and even imperfect veggies to reduce food waste. Delivery is available in most areas. Biomarché. They've been making organic products for decades. You can get fresh fruits, vegetables, and over 8,000 organic products, all pesticide and chemical free. Living naturally in the Japanese countryside. Living in the countryside might seem inconvenient at first, but it actually brings you closer to food. Our neighbors sometimes give us freshly caught fish or homegrown vegetables, and we're so grateful. In today's world, people often take food for granted. Many of us eat things that might not even be called food. Eating organic has helped us reconnect with the real meaning of food. What we eat is how we vote. We can support local farmers and producers who truly care instead of large corporations who don't. We still enjoy eating out sometimes, but we always keep this in mind. Your body is made from what you eat.
We chose to live in the countryside for this very reason, to be close to the food we eat and to live a healthier and more balanced lifestyle. Of course, not everyone can live in the countryside, and you may not like the lifestyle there. But for that very reason, we made this video, to inform people who also live in the big cities of Japan that yes, you do have a choice on what you eat, and as consumers, we can demand better food for ourselves and our families, and motivate farmers, supermarkets, and the government to change their policies on food safety and pesticide use. We hope you found this video helpful and have gained more insight on Japan's food industry. Leave us a comment about your local markets in your country. We'd love to hear how food is in your country and how you stay connected to what you eat. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.